Welcome back. Bridge99 FM. The program is One Jamaica, and we are in our alumni rollout section. And of course, we have in studio with us the president of the Dinthill Technical High School Association. And it's the Alumni Association. I keep on leaving out one of the A's. The Dinthill Technical High School Alumni Association, Donovan Betancourt. I'm pronouncing your name right?
That's perfect.
Okay, great. And he's here with us in his maroon and gold Dinthill alumni shirt. What's your facta non verba? What does that mean again?
Deeds,
not words. Yes.
Action, not a bag of mouth.
That is the Jamaican translation of it.
Yes.
Action, not a bag of mouth. Indeed. And of course, to tell us, coming from Dinthill Technical High School, a little bit about the association. So tell me, Donovan, and I want to big up all the Dinthill Technical High School alumni who are listening in, students who are there now who are listening in, of course, big up everybody from that side of St. Catherine and all the Dinthill alumni, because they come from all over the country. People come from all over the country to Dinthill. Tell us about the Alumni Association and when was it established?
Well, the association has been in and around pretty much the length of the school. So, I mean, we are 83 years now, so we would have had the association then. We have had different periods when it would have been a little bit dormant, and then we resurrect and we come back. But I think over the last 5-7 years, the association in Jamaica has been really, really strong and really vibrant.
Very vibrant, very strong indeed. So tell us, because it has been around for, as you say, a long time, multiple different sparks, boom and slump period. It sounds as if it's in a boom now. Tell us a little bit about some of the work that the association has been doing.
Well, and I would let me say, first of all, thank you for having me.
Yes.
And thank you for giving me the chance to represent the Dinthill community, the One Maroon community.
Yes.
I also know that you're wearing your One Maroon, so I see you're...
It's actually because you see, I like the color royal purple, so it's kind of, that is why it looks maroon to you, because you think you're trying to, it's my purple connection, you see. I love the royal
I know you're a Linstead lady, so you can't help it. But
and I do have family connections. My brother, and I have quite a lot of family members who attended Dinthill, my uncle, my aunt, whole lot of people.
Okay, great.
Yes.
So, what I'd like to say first of all is good morning to all the past students, all the faculties of Dinthill Technical High School.
Yes.
Great institution. A lot of great persons would have passed through that institution. And it's one that we continue to celebrate and to take to the next level. Specifically in relation to your question of what we have been doing.
Yes.
I would probably want to speak to my presidency, and I have been president now for the last 2 years. And we have done a number of things to kind of rebrand and also to get the school out there, because the school is known traditionally for sports. A lot of accomplishment in terms of our exploits in football. Who can forget 1979, 1981, when we won the Costa Cup, when we had several members in the national team, Oliver Shield, all of that.
Yes.
In cricket, in netball.
Yes.
So we have a number of that. We have a number of Olympians, etc. But what we're trying to do now is to position the school as a place of choice, a school of choice.
Yes.
And we are looking at all areas. So now we have started to reinvigorate the farm. We're trying to look at how do we strengthen the athlete, how do we support those programs. We're looking at how do we now get into the new age of the ICT.
Technology,
So let me break it down for you. When we started 2 years ago, and I took over from an excellent president, Frederick Sutherland, IPP. Morning, Fred. Hope you're good. And one of the things that we did, we actually took over when Dinthill went to the finals last year of the Da Costa Cup. And we saw some gaps in the preparation of the boys. And immediately my association went in and we established a gym in that pavilion that you'd have been familiar with.
Oh, the pavilion. Oh, yes. So there's a gym for the boys.
So there's for the entire school. Oh. So now it serves as not just a gym for the sports team, but as a wellness. So teachers are using it, ancillary workers are using it. It's now a community facility. So the association stepped in there. We would have come in also in the period when COVID just set in.
Yes.
And that was traumatic, as you can imagine, for the school. And we spent, I think, just under $1 million in providing tablets for the students. We were out there, we were begging. And listen, I can tell you, since I joined Dinthill Association, I'm chief beggar. I beg everybody every day.
You become a mendicant. You become a
yes. You have to, I beg
on behalf of the school, the children. Yes. You have to. We have to. Yes,
and I'm proud.
Yes.
So we would have invested a lot in that. We also, one of the big program that we did earlier this year,
yes,
was when we saw that if you were at the school and you're trying to make a call or you're trying to get internet, it was really challenging. And we say if the times are changing, then we should be able to change with the time and look at the opportunities that we can get.
Yes.
And so we invested with the school and also with Digicel, thanks to their foundation, supported us, and we actually invested over $5 million to put a full fiber backbone in the school, and also have several distribution points. So now we're at a point where we just had Mediathon 2021 and we're able to do it from the school.
Wonderful.
With ease, no issue. So now we're preparing the school when students get back, and it's going to be mixed modality.
Yes,
you're not going to have total class interface anymore.
Yes.
But we are saying now that we should be able to be using the technology to teach students, to teach the engineering students, and they are able to log on to the web in the classroom and understand what an engine looks like, understand how it operates. It's no longer going to read black and white paper. We should be able to do that.
And they see color, and they see text, and they see video, and they see everything, audio, everything.
Absolutely. Yes. And so as an association, and in collaboration, because we got a lot of support from the other chapters, New York, Florida.
Yes, the New York, I know Atlanta. I know some of the people are in some of those chapters. They're on my Facebook. Linstead people, a lot of them. So yeah, I know they're very strong and doing a lot, trying to do a lot to make sure Dinthill is, taken care of. Yes.
But the truth is, we are now saying that opens the pipeline for a lot more things. We can now use this to drive a lot of areas. Security, we're saying we can use it to account for students, to say who came through the gate, who did not. So we can alert parents. We can use it for teaching. We can use it to track our dear farm, which is where I'll go now.
Yes, tell me, because Dinthill has, because people who may not know the campus, the Dinthill is a huge campus, and it has the agricultural component, the farm. We used to get eggs and chicken and all kinds of food stuff, milk, because of the. So tell us about the farm. Yes.
Well, I'll start off by saying that it's on 137 acres of land, 37 and a half.
137 and a half is a big campus.
Yes. And we would have lost some for different reasons over the years. But right now we still have quite a bit. And I'd go back a little bit of history to say that in 1938, when the campus started, the first set of graduates actually got cows on their graduation, because it was started as an agricultural school, hence the large acreage.
Some of them got land too.
Yes, they got,
not at Dinthill, but other part. I know so they got land and large crops of land. Large plots, yes.
So when I went to Dinthill, for example, in 1986, we had over 50 heads of cows, milking cows. We had a significant number. We had eggs. We were producing eggs. We were producing chicken. And one of the things was, it was not just producing it for Dinthill or for sale outside. It was for the community.
Yes.
So we would have known, interact, and have good relationship with a lot of persons in the community because we were supplying these things.
Yes.
And we are trying to take it back there.
So what happened?
In time, like most things, some things fade and some things change, focus change, administration change. But we have seen it now that this is something that we have to do. We have a new principal now in terms of Mr. Garwood, Anthony Garwood. Good morning, principal.
Is he a past student?
No, he's not a past student.
He's not a past student, yes.
But we have changed him, so he doesn't remember
He belongs to
yes. We have a new board that is now in their second year, I think, first or second year?
Yes.
First year, right? Dennis Clark, who was a past principal
Yes.
of the school. And so what we now have is a community that we're trying to work together to see how we can get these things back.
I know the issue of food security is
Absolutely.
I mean, it's something we had a discussion with Ajamu Nangwaya, one of my colleagues from UWI, who is now doing a lot of work with agriculture. Food security is an issue, and we have to return to some of these practices where we actually can provide some of the inputs for our meals from what we do around us in our general communities, because it's really a big issue now in Jamaica.
And it's funny that you should say that, because
Yes.
what we have done is, one of the things when we came in was we set up a project team.
Yes.
We have our vice president. It's led by our vice president, Joseph Small. And we have somebody who is steeped in agriculture, Mildred Crawford, who is somebody who worked with the team. And
Yes.
they're trying to bring that back. So what have we done? We are now putting in acreage where we are looking at contract farming to produce crops.
At the school,
At
on the lands, the
Yes,
Dinthill lands,
yes.
yes.
We've started plowing. I think we plowed about 2 or 3 plots over the last couple of weeks. But also the mediathon that we did on the 25th of July,
Yes.
the proceed of that is for the re-establishing the dairy
The
at
dairy.
the school. So we have been working with both the dairy board, and a number of private sector companies have come on to support. And we are now at the point where we expect that by the end of the month we should have cows coming in to the school, new dairy calves coming in and building up that capacity. So what you have to look at, Prof, is it aids in teaching. Because your dairy is saying you're teaching students agriculture, but they don't have the practical to
Yes.
support it. So we are building that capacity as well, but also we're building the resilience of the school, the self-sufficiency of the school, and the food security.
And the food security.
So,
yes,
so it's a
indeed.
very important part that the association is looking at. How do we drive this kind of direction for the school to get it to the next level?
And you already have, as a part of the campus, the land space
Yes.
that you can build out the necessary infrastructure if it needs to be built out or rebuilt, that can accommodate whether the animals or the crops.
Yes.
That the sheds for the tools, everything, the equipment, everything. I worked a lot of tractors, a lot of things. You see, well, the more things.
That's where I learned to drive. But,
Yes,
but
so-
we're trying to play to our strength. We have
Yes.
it. So the truth is we can't have land and have it idle.
Because that's a very unique capacity where Dinthill is concerned as a
Yes.
school, as a campus, that ability to in a lot of ways house the very tools, animals, plants, crops that the students can learn about and learn from, but also aside from that practical engagement to again extend to the wider community
Yes.
and be a part of that kind of community involvement. So I have to give kudos to the team and to the school as well for
And to the teachers.
and to
let
the
me not forget them.
yes.
Can I share with you? I was at graduation last week. And I was
This is a virtual graduation, or what was it?
all protocols were observed
Okay.
in terms of numbers, very limited
Yes.
numbers in the class, in the auditorium, and everybody else where they stream most
Okay.
of it. But the truth is the principal's report was excellent. You're talking about Dinthill having 100% passes in agriculture right across in Cape and CSEC.
And CSEC, yes.
And then we had the number 1 pass in the Caribbean for agriculture in
yes.
Cape
In Cape.
and in CSEC.
Yes.
And then we had, I think, either Cape or CSEC, I'm not exactly sure. We had like the top 6
Yes.
passes in the Caribbean.
In the Caribbean.
In agriculture.
Good.
So that's our strength. We have to play to it.
And so that's an important strength, because I know that Dinthill, all schools have something that set them aside from others, and that was one of the key strengths of Dinthill Technical High School. I'm
Yes.
glad that they are returning to that strength, because different capacities are everywhere. Even as we focus on the core academics, we have different
Yes.
strengths that we must play to ensure that the school does, provide the best options for the students who are a part of the school. So tell me, Donovan Betancourt, are we talking in alumni rollout with Donovan Betancourt, who is the president of the Dinthill Technical High School Alumni Association? I have to keep on sticking in the Alumni Association.
Yes.
The name long, Dinthill Technical High School. Dinthill Technical High School, St. Diego High. Is it not long? It's because the word have been so many syllables. That is why it is.
I didn't hear the last part of what you said. I just heard Dinthill Technical High School.
You're not going to wife with it. We're not going to have the school, the alumni back and forth because it's laughing of our school and Romeo. We're not going to do it. But tell me now, because we have a lot of very prominent past students. Tell us some of the prominent past students that made a mark in different areas at Dinthill.
I'll start out by saying that we have a long list.
A long
list. So if you go, for example, our doctor, Honorable Oliver Samuels, is a past student.
If you don't get it yet, we're going to confer it on him.
Hurry up.
Well, it's going to be at the graduation ceremony that we're having in November.
Okay.
So it will be coming up in the graduation ceremony. Yeah, but
listen, at Dinthill, we give you quickly. We have already given him the honor. And also, he's somebody who supports the school.
Yes.
I must give him kudos for that. He wears Dinthill on his sleeve.
Yes.
So thanks, Oliver. We have people in sports. We have people in the in the private sector. So, for example, how ironic it is that the head of the National Works Agency is a Dinthill past student, as well as the head of the National Water Commission.
Who is the head of the National Water Commission again?
Mark Barnett.
And the head of the National Works Agency?
Mr. E.G. Hunter.
E.G. Hunter. Yeah, big up yourself, E.G., wherever you are.
Yes, and Mark.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
We have a number of sports personality.
Yes.
We have the Elva who did long jump for Jamaica. Right. We have people like Paul Newman who played for Jamaica in football.
Yes. Big star in my time.
Yeah, man. The famous Okra Slime.
Yes, man. Big star. We used to follow the Costa Cup team all over because of that particular team with Newman was huge. Yes.
We have people. I would say if we go back, we have somebody like Nkrumah Bonner.
Yes.
Who's now playing for the West Indies.
For the West Indies, yes.
And the last time I saw the score before I came in, West Indies Pakistan was actually 2-2 or somewhere there. So the West Indies is turning the corner.
Well, you can go on with that. I work with West Indies. We'll give you heart failure.
Well, it's a roundabout.
I know. I cannot manage West Indies, but we support them. But we support them cautiously because I can't take the trauma. But Nkrumah Bonner, one of our own from Dinthill Technical High School. Yes.
And one of the person I'd probably say the highest in terms of the sports list would be somebody Leslie, who was part of that famous quartet in the Olympics.
Yes.
Sometimes a little bit overshadowed by their McKinley, etc., but an important person.
I knew Leslie's mother.
Oh, you did?
Mother Lang lived, she lived in lived on off Gillette Street in an avenue, right? We used to go down to Mother Lang. I knew his mother. They used to come because I was very, very young. So he was a big star at that time, and they used to come with cars and go down there. Yeah, man, I knew his mother, Mother Lang. I actually knew his mother.
Listen, Prof, I have board meeting tomorrow. Can I discuss with my board to make an honorable member?
No, seriously. I mean, and when I got older, because my mother used to say, it's a big star, and it's when I got much older, I realized that this was the great Leslie. His mom, we used to call her Mother Lang. She lived right down off Gillette Street, across from Mr. Kids Basic School in that lane, go all the way down. She had a nice house, lots of plants, and she was a very nice lady, older lady, and she was well respected because her son was a big thing. And but we were very, very small. We didn't understand what it meant, but it's long after you realize that this is Leslie's mother. This is a man who hit the stratosphere for Jamaica at the Olympics. And he's a past student of Dinthill. Yes.
And I think one of the things also in terms of what he epitomized was that he not only was successful as a track star. But he actually went on and did his masters. And served very, very, very well in the afterlife. So it's just trying to show that as an institution, it's not only that we prepare people in boxes, but we prepare them for life.
And that is critical. That is what the educational system has to do. And one of the things that is important is that alumni associations are are important bedrocks of support for schools, because what they do, they allow the entity, the school, the education structure to be more robust. When the alumni come in, they have their expertise, they have multiple networks and connections, and they can bring different kinds of resources to be, not just financial resources, but a lot of other resources to build up and strengthen the schools which they have attended. It's a very important engagement with the educational institution. So we are always very excited by alumni associations that are very strong and very busy. So
were you at my graduation on last Thursday? Because it sounds like you're saying the things that I said there.
You said it, but it's a serious, but it's true, you know. Because I find that if you look at schools that have some schools in Jamaica, in Kingston, they hear them name big and all them, and it's like because their alumni are not just powerful but strongly connected to their entities, the institutions, the schools get a lot more support, they get a lot more attention. So regardless of whichever school you go, Romy, whichever, you must be a part of your alumni association and strengthen it so that your schools can get the kind of support, build out, the students can get the kind of support that they deserve from those who pass through their doors. It's very important.
Absolutely, I agree with you, and I'll also say one of the things around alumni, not necessarily alumni association, but it's like once you graduate, you take that title on for life.
Yes, you do.
So the truth is, if you think in terms of a brand, if you think in terms of anything you do, good or bad, the institution cannot deny you, because you are now attached. You can say, I was a teacher of Dinthill, or you can say I was, but the truth is you're a past student until you die. Yes,
I am, you know, I am an alumni. You always are connected in that way. And so that's important to remember, because for example, when we have champs is on holiday because of COVID, but when you have champs and people wrap up in colors, sometimes people wrap up in color, like people take on colors, you become the principal of a school, you have to kind of take on the school colors, or you're getting married to somebody from a very popular school, people go in. I tell a lot of women go to champs in KC colors and all these, and JC. But in a lot of ways they are representing for some school that they are connected to, and there you can see that alumni spirit very strong, and things like champs and schools challenge, we tend to have those two high points in Jamaica where people feel the need to represent in a lot of ways.
And I think also the point cannot be underscored enough, because if you look at it, the school has the support for the school is government. Let us say you strip away everything else, right? It's government.
Yes, because these are public schools.
Right.
Yes.
So the government has a very fixed amount of resource and a very straight policy in terms of this is what I give you.
Yes.
Okay. The question is, if you don't have institution like the past student who are supporting it, who can garner support elsewhere, who can get in the other programs,
yes,
you're not going to go anywhere. Straight up, you're just going to be a basic school. So if any institution is trying to be an institution of choice, you have to look at the networking, you have to look at how do you get your past student and your community, because a lot of it is your past student, they go in various institutions, they have reach, they have connections, they have network, and it is that now that you have to garner to bring back to the school. When I was a student, a lot of people did, and a lot of people helped me, to be honest with you, or else I wouldn't be here today. And so it is that responsibility, Prof, that I bring back and say I have to. It's not for me. It's not a choice.
It's not a choice. So tell me, what's the term of the president of the Alumni Association for Dinthill Technical? So so you're on your second year. So is it renewed? Do they renew it? Is it renewable, or is it?
So we have AGM in October, and that is something that all positions that are that expires then go back.
So people are presidents for 2 terms, 3 terms. Or the most say the full is 2 terms. That's the full.
No. Sorry, a term is 2 years.
Right. So you can be a president for 2 terms, 3 terms, 4 terms.
You can
for life.
No. And it's something I don't believe in. I'll be very clear.
So that's there are term limits on presidency for the
the Constitution does speak that you should not be in one position for a prolonged period. I don't remember if it's 2 years or 3 years or 2 term or 3 terms.
usually there are term limits because we don't want anybody to get fixed in a position and start to become a dictator. So usually...
Yeah, and also, I mean, it's important that you grow the organization. You bring in different ideas. And I, for one, I'm very clear that, I don't believe that I bring all the knowledge and all the everything else for the school. I do believe that everybody has a part to contribute, and over time you will have other persons who emerge and who have the kind of passion that I have. So what we look at, and I say this to my team, I say to all past students, is the association, is the school.
It's a school.
Not the individual. I'm just a vessel.
And so of course, and as we are coming to the end of the discussion, Donovan Betancourt, president of the Dinthill Technical High School Alumni Association, I'm not dropping it out.
Yes.
Tell us what kind of ideas can you share for those who may want to start or strengthen their own alumni associations? Either to start or to strengthen.
Well, first of all, I'd want to say you need to be a one maroon. You need to come and sign up with this.
All right. Aside from that, are you going to pay us for that ad? But aside from that, what else would you have to say to people? Because, I mean, alumni associations, a lot of them need strengthening. People are busy doing many things. I know you have a full-time career job.
Yes.
Post, but you are still making time to be a part of the Alumni Association in a leadership capacity. So what can other people do in a lot of ways to strengthen?
Okay, so the first thing is that you need to find a central theme, a central idea that people can coalesce around.
Yes.
So whatever it is in the school that draws or take passion, you have to find that, in my view. The second thing is that you have to find the leaders. So who were the leaders at school? Who were the leaders after school? Because there are some persons, for example, who are in very influential position, but they may not necessarily have either the interest or the time to be part of the association. They will help. You reach out to them, they'll give you a good contribution, but they don't have the time for the association. So you have to find the people who really have the time, the energy, and the effort. And I go back to the point you spoke of and you ask about term limit.
Yes.
If it is that people see that this becomes a burden, where if I take it on, it's going to sit with me for 10 years, then that also is something where you have to make sure that your constitution is robust.
Yes.
Where people know that it is not an albatross around my neck. It is something where you can get in and get out, serve, and then take a break, and you can come back.
Yes.
So it's also having, and by the way, we did a complete review of our constitution, in June or July of this year. Yes, just to make sure that those structures and pillars are in place. Because you have to remember, you're going to have conflicts, you're going to have how do you run your organization, so you have to fix that. And also, you have to find the moment in the school. I'll give you a case in point. The Morant Bay High School, for example, they would have been out there trying to get their alumni association going, and it has been going, and then Mr. Parchment went to the Olympics and won gold. Not only did he win gold in the 110 hurdles, but he also gave the story with the young lady who assisted him, and that became a huge thing. Now suddenly what you see is that there is something that the past students and the Morant Bay community can coalesce around,
and they have been capitalizing on the moment. So you have very significantly.
You have to find those moments, and you have to work with it and never let go of it. So you parade him every single day that you can. Because what happened now is, out of that you will find the leaders, out of that you'll find the people who want to contribute,
and they will pull past students out of the woodwork, and they'll be willing to come forward. That's an excellent way of ending the discussion, because of course it's encouraging other alumni elsewhere to look for the moments, look for the individuals, look for the opportunities, and build out their alumni associations, strengthen them, and pull them together so they can contribute to the development of the school, the students, and generally the entire alumni wherever they are, as a part of keeping the traditions alive and building new ones. I mean, it's good to talk to you about Dinthill Technical High School, the Alumni Association, but also the school and some of the things that you are doing. And I'm glad to hear, Donovan Betancourt, that the agriculture program is being strengthened and renewed so that we can get eggs to buy.
Yes.
Flatter egg. We used to buy one flatter egg and all chicken and all these things and milk from real milk.
Instead of flat of egg, very few people still use the term, but yes, I know you're a Dinthill girl.
No, it may come from people don't know a flat of eggs. How much is a flatter egg? How much again a flat?
30.
Exactly.
2.5 dozen.
2.5 dozen. We buy a flat of.
Yes, I grew up on the farm at Dinthill. I was in charge of the layer protection, so I know it inside out.
Flat of eggs. People, that's the rich. They're laughing at me. A flat of eggs. This country talk. I want a flat of eggs. 2.5 dozen, 30. We know that you're gonna bake it by a flat of eggs, but we leave the discussion there because it's been a robust discussion and we have come to the end of it. We have to. It's just about almost a minute after 11. So I want to thank you so much for joining us here on the Bridge99 FM program One Jamaica with me, the People's Professor. We're going to take a break and come back. I think we have a discussion coming up soon with Patrick Burke about his book, Handcart Siblings, as a part of our Culture Matters series. So we're going to talk about that. And then later we're talking with you guys. I'm giving away a copy of my chicken back gravy book today. Lafayette, please remind me. So we take a break and come back. Stay with us. One Jamaica, the Bridge99 FM. We'll be right back.
Hey! Hapampute! Representing for Bridge.